The M60, an American light machine gun that started production all the way back in 1957, yet was introduced into the alpha version of Phantom Forces back in 2014. The M60 is probably one of the most abused and popularized weapons in Phantom Forces, which is why I'm making a video on this weapon. So now let me talk about this monstrosity of a gun and some other things relating to it. The M60, or the United States Machine Gun caliber 7.62mm M60, is a light machine gun that was one of the first LMGs to be added into Phantom Forces. This weapon can be unlocked at rank 19 presently, which makes this a good option for inexperienced players that wish receiving some easy kills to use. This weapon is naturally unsuppressed, therefore putting you on the radar. This weapon has a fire rate of 600 rounds per minute, while shooting 308 Winchester ammunition. The damage on this weapon is decent, ranging from 40 damage at the best scenario and 26 damage at the worst scenario. You can obviously improve the damage to an enemy by aiming at the head instead of the legs or the torso. Now onto some ammo related stuff. This weapon contains all of its ammunition in a big green magazine, which is normal for such an LMG of this kind. The M60 has 100 ammunition in a magazine and 250 ammunition in reserve, making this weapon have the most ammunition in the entire game, with 350 total combined ammunition, at least currently. The M60 can share ammo with all of the light machine guns, as well as some designated marksman rifles. In my opinion, I believe that the M60 is a very easy weapon to use, especially because of the exceptionally good damage and the sheer amount of ammunition in a single magazine. The only problems that you can encounter with this weapon is the fact that it's unsuppressed and loud, and that the reload time is very time consuming. Yet you won't have to reload very often due to the magazine size anyway. Now let's talk about some advantages and disadvantages of the M60. So, according to the Phantom Forces wiki, some of the advantages of the M60 includes that it has a low ammunition consumption rate, that it has very good maximum and minimum damage, and that it has a very long and effective drop-off damage, being better than some DMRs. Some of the disadvantages about the M60 includes that it has a high amount of recoil, that it has a very time-consuming reload, and that the weapon is restricted to automatic use only, which may not be that much of an issue to most people unless you're attempting to turn this weapon into some sort of DMR. So, if you ever want to use this weapon against your enemies in some sort of matter, then I personally recommend using a compensator or at least a flash hider when using this weapon. A compensator, or a muzzle brake, can help reduce either vertical or horizontal recoil, depending on which attachment you attach to your M60, or any firearm in general. A flash hider is also recommended since the flash hider can help you know where you're aiming since there is a large flash once you fire the weapon. Well, there used to be anyway. You could also use a ballistics tracker if you really want to be dubbed a noob. The ballistics tracker can help hit headshots and can be useful in dark environments, as I already said in my previous videos. The ballistics tracker also looks quite riotous on the M60 due to the absurd location of the ballistics tracker on the M60. Well, since I already said what I wanted to say, that is all I have to say for this video. I think that the M60 is a pretty interesting weapon to mess around with, mainly because of the perks that you receive by using the weapon. This weapon will receive some updates, most likely, so when those updates take place, I will probably update my video description to feature the changes to the weapon. As for now, thank you for supporting the channel by being here, and as always, farewell. Okay, the narration is not over yet. I promised the audience an announcement in the video title, so I must deliver. This announcement will include 3 mentions. 1. The BFG videos have been privatized, and that's mainly due to Blake playing those videos on our English class. I find that kind of annoying, so that's why I privatized those videos. 2. 2 out of the 3 The Boys videos have been privatized, and while that's a long story to explain why I privatized these videos, I will narrow down the explanation to a singular sentence. Also known as our subject, or Ian Elwick, decided to be a complete arse and perform some pretty unnecessary crap, and to evade any potential conflict with her, I decided to privatize these 2 videos. There is a very high chance that these videos will never be public ever again, so don't count on those videos' returns. Apologies if you enjoyed those videos. Perhaps you could contact me so I could send you a copy? It's up to you, I suppose. 3. I don't remember who exactly requested what I'm about to state, but someone requested me to make music, so I shall do that. If you see one of my future videos that seem as the name of some sort of track, then assume that the video is indeed music. Again, thank you for supporting the channel by being here, and as always, farewell.